Hi and welcome to the channel. Glad to see that you have found your way to this video as well. Hopefully if it turns out that you enjoyed it at the end, then you would leave a like, and also I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel as well. Turning on notifications might also help you to find my future videos a little bit quicker. If you turn on all notifications, it's even more likely to find my future videos a little bit quicker. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about how my team did in Game Week 7 and how my Game Week 8 team selection will most likely look like. In Game Week 7, I played in goal Pickford, and it was a right decision because my backup goalkeeper got a little bit less points than Pickford. In defense, I played the Kuiper, Gabriel, Van de Ven. Van de Ven and the Kuiper blanked, but transferring in Gabriel was the right decision because he managed to get me 9 points, clean sheet, and also some bonus points and even defensive contributions. In midfield, I played Semenyo, Grealish, Saka and Reinders. In Semenyo's case, he hold. I was thinking about captaining him, or at least I said it in my last video that it is an option, but I didn't want to risk it. So had I risked it, then I would have gotten a little bit more points than I did. Grealish, on the other hand, although it shows that he's red flag, actually this red flag is for the Game Week 8 because he can't play against Manchester City. No idea why it shows it in Game Week 7 as well already. I was a little bit confused when I saw it at first. But yeah, he got 10 points, which is pretty good. In Saka's case, he got 8 points, and since I transferred him in instead of Salah, then I would say that this transfer also so far has paid off. And in Reinders' case, he did not get me any points, or at least he got very little points. In forward, I played Richarlison, Gyökeres and Haaland. Gyökeres and Richarlison blanked. Hopefully Gyökeres will start scoring some points for me, and in Haaland's case I captained him. He did not do as well as Semenyo did, but since Semenyo was not captained by so many managers, then it didn't affect my overall ranking for Game Week 7 much. On the bench, I played Dubravka, Sarr, Gudmundsson and Esteve. All my bench players this time blanked, so I can say that benching decisions for this game week were correct. Overall, this team got me 73 points, which is again over average, and that meant also that I got the green arrow. That's also why my introductory image is the same as some weeks ago about green arrow going upwards. I know I have used this image before, but I didn't like the images that I got using Grok, so I decided to use this older image again. So this is now my 5th green arrow in a row. Let's see if we can make it 6 green arrows in a row. Overall, I'm happy with the result because I got another green arrow. Not as big as before, but I'm close to 400k now. So slowly my rank is increasing. So this is how my Game Week 7 team did. Now let's talk about how my Game Week 8 team selection will most probably look like. Why I'm telling you that most probably is because I haven't done the transfer yet. I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do, but since it's international break time, then I'm not doing it yet. Although my potential target probably isn't playing in international break, but still I'm not making my transfer yet because I'm hoping that his price will drop a little bit more. So let's start with goalkeepers at first. In goal for game week 8, I will play Dubravka. Burnley will go against Leeds at home, so it should be better fixture than Pickford's fixture against Manchester City, so that's why I'm playing Dubravka. In defense, I will play Esteve, Gabriel, Van de Ven. I will play Esteve since my other defenders might have other fixtures. Although playing Esteve is not ideal either, because I would have to play double Burnley defense. One idea is to play the Kuiper instead of Esteve. Let's see what happens before the deadline hits. But right now I'm playing Esteve. In Gabriel's case, Fulham away should be an easy fixture. Let's see what happens there. And in Van de Ven's case, no idea what will happen there. Hopefully they do well at home against Aston Villa. But Aston Villa has won a little bit form, so not going to say that it's an easy fixture. In midfield, I will play Semenya, Sarr, Saka and Reinders. In Semenya's case, hopefully his good form will continue, although Crystal Palace's form has been good also so far. In Sarr's case, again, I'm hoping that he will get me some points, at least more than my bench players, because one of my bench players can't play and others are defenders. In Saka's case, hopefully he manages to score some goals there, and in Reinders' case, still hoping to get some points there, but not going to transfer him out yet, although I might do it at some point. In forward, I know I have right now Richarlison, Gyökeres and Haaland, but my potential transfer out is Richarlison for João Pedro. I'm hoping that João Pedro's price will drop a little bit more before I'm transferring him in. And I know that most players are selling João Pedro, and they are selling him because he has not scored points in recent fixtures, but I'm hoping that when João Pedro's fixtures turn, then he will start scoring goals again. That's why I'm thinking about transferring him in. In Gyökeres' case, I know that he has blanked as well, but Fulham away should be easier fixture, so hoping that he will get some goals and points there. And in Haaland's case, I'm going to captain him because Everton at home might be the easiest fixture, at least on paper, that all my players have, so not hard decision to captain him, and he will be most captained player as well, at least that's what I'm thinking. On the bench, I will play Pickford, Grealish, Gudmundsson and Kuiper. Why Pickford is there I already told you, why Grealish is there I already told you as well, and Gudmundsson and Kuiper are there because I'm thinking that my other defenders have better fixtures than them. Although, as I already told you, I might rethink about playing Esteve, but if I do that, then I most probably will play the Kuiper instead of Gudmundsson, because Gudmundsson and Dubravka will go against each other, and I think that there will be goals there. Although I'm not sure which side will score, maybe both sides will score. So, as you can see, I'm not really sure about playing either of those players, but that's what I have to choose from right now. So this is how my game week 8 team will look like. Since most of my players have good or average fixtures, then I'm hoping to continue my green arrow streak again. Let's see what happens. If it turned out that you enjoyed this video, then please leave it a like and subscribe to my channel as well. Turning on notifications might also help you to find my future videos a little bit quicker. the chance of finding my future videos quicker or even higher if you turn on all notifications. But for this video, I would like to read some comments under it as well, especially comments about how your team did in Game Week 7 and how your team will look like in Game Week 8. Even criticism comments are welcome, and especially constructive criticism is appreciated actually. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.